Welcome to our objective review. Success is a collection of problems solved. I am Pay. Our agenda for this module will be going over our objectives, looking at discretionary considerations, reviewing writing statements, and reviewing letters of reference. Our objectives for this module. We'll use an expanded list of considerations for awarding discretionary categories. These categories may apply to the candidate directly or indirectly. We'll be assessing for the fellowship skills development and/or learning components of the project and qualifications of the desired candidate. We'll understand the candidate's relationship to their reference and how it may impact their letter of reference. Next, we're going to cover our discretionary considerations. Discretionary considerations are those that allow for us to recognize an applicant or candidate's intersectional identities. Please keep in mind legally allowable considerations such as those listed in this table, and please note that the list is not static and will change over time. So let's cover the table. Veteran status, or received or currently receiving any form of public assistance. Federally protected classes such as age, race, ethnicity, gender, gender expression, religion, disability, country of origin, genetic information, psychosocial experience of the self or family, neurodiversity, caretaker or caregiver status, undocumented and/or newcomer, self or family, multilingual, socioeconomic status, overcoming challenges or adversities, lived or living in a medically underserved area, health professional shortage area, or area experiencing limited access to basic needs. Outstanding achievements related to health equity, diversity, equity, inclusion, social justice, and anti-racism. Any of these categories may come up throughout a candidate or applicant's application and should be kept in mind during this holistic review process. Next, we'll cover writing statements. Three general considerations when we are reviewing the writing statement. Past skills and experiences that may have prepared the candidate for their fellowship. That would be from any leadership, any volunteer community service, work experience, etc., that they feel meets the qualifications for this fellowship. And hopefully they have written about that in their statement. We want to look for if they have shared at least one skill or learning that they would like to gain from this fellowship. This will tell us what really drew them to this fellowship. Has the applicant explained how this fellowship will aid in the future of their public health career? And this basically just tells us, do they have long-term goals in the long run of where they want to go in their public health career? The second portion of the writing statement, and these will be implemented at a later date, are considerations that are unique to the fellowship. So in this case, we're looking at the CDC fellowship. So knowing this fellowship may involve a placement within the CDC headquarters, or regional offices nationwide, there are two general or more specific questions we can consider. First, has the applicant demonstrated in some manner that they are aligned with the mission, vision, or values of the CDC? And the more specific, one of the CDC's core values is we are honest and ethical in all we do. Has the applicant described a time their integrity or ethics were challenged and the outcome of that circumstance? So let me say that one more time. One of the CDC's core values is we are honest and ethical in all we do. Has the applicant described a time their integrity or ethics were challenged and the outcome of that circumstance? And next, we will cover the letters of reference. One of the things that is required is that candidates for the fellowship submit 2 letters of reference. This is a guide of an expanded list that applicants or candidates should consider when selecting their references. An academic source, a faculty member from the candidate's ASPPH member school or program, public health professional, persons that are currently working in the field of public health, other professional experience, those that do not work in public health who have knowledge of the candidate's work experience, community or volunteer service, representatives of the persons or organizations that the applicant has performed community or volunteer service with, and other life experience. This category provides additional perspectives of the candidate from co-curricular participation, leadership, honors, etc. Now we want to look at the content of the letters of reference. So when assessing the content of the reference, we want to do so with these items in mind. Has the candidate built a substantial relationship with their reference? How is the reference letting us know the candidate has distinguished themselves from others? Is the reference addressing skill development and learning components of the project? Does the letter discuss one or several of the desired project qualifications? And lastly, does the letter address, if applicable, any areas of improvement for the applicant or candidate? That's the end of this module. And next, you will experience the technical review module, which will cover all of these areas in addition to 2 additional considerations.